Hello, good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for Wednesday, January 15th, middle of the first month in the new decade. And also, it is good morning, Patricia. Good morning for all who are jumping on with me. It is the birthday of a lot of people, but it is Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. I know we always celebrate it on here in America. We celebrate it on the third Monday of the year, third Monday of January, but his actual birthday is January 15th. And so I just want to take a couple of moments because I don't think we need to pass over how much one person can do. And so that's what I just want to talk about. He was one man. And I should have done the math to see how old he would have been today. But on January 15th, when he was born, although his parents were, madly in love with him from the very beginning, just because that's their good morning, mother and Scoop. Hey, Deanna. I think I saw Donnie up there. Good morning, all who are jumping on. Good morning, you two. His parents thought, what a beautiful baby boy, and he's our healthy baby boy, and they fall in love like any parent does with their child when first born. And we all want the best for our children. But to think of the impact that he made across an entire globe coming from one person, that's why one person, one man's vision compelled him. I don't even think he had a choice. You know how I often talk about how that rumble, we all have a rumble in our gut that will not let us go. And it's going to keep on rumbling until we satisfy it. He had such a huge rumble in his gut that would not allow him to settle for what was the status quo. And today, particularly in America, we reap the benefits of his effort, of his sacrifice, of his choice, of the decisions he made. We reap those benefits. And sometimes we go either or. If we can't make someone an absolutely perfect human being, then it's like, oh, well, do you know he messed up too? As if there were only those two ends of the spectrum. Although not perfect, last time I checked, none of us are. And so perfection can never be the standard as to what we choose to admire. People will fall, people will falter, people will make bad decisions. That's just called life. We are not perfect. And so my thoughts today in honor of him, years ago, it's probably changed, but years ago, the theme for Dr. Martin Luther King used to be a day on, not a day off. And it was encouraging volunteerism and community service and community action. And there are going to be dozens and dozens of hundreds of parades and celebrations and tributes and reenactments of his speech, the I Have a Dream speech in particular, and readings of Letter from Birmingham Jail. All of that is going to be going on in recognition of someone. And we see the highlights. We see the highlights of his life. And sometimes it's all too easy to forget the sacrifices that he had to make. that he chose to make, the sacrifices that his family, his children, his wife, his siblings had to, his friends, his circle, they made sacrifices as well. And so, again, because I'm always about, what about the woman in the mirror? What about the man in the mirror? So what kind of legacy am I leaving for anyone who comes behind me? We will absolutely not all have an international or global platform that was given to Dr. King. Our reach will not be that wide for most of us. The vast majority of us, we will never have a reach that wide. And yet, we're still capable of producing an impact that can reverberate among the lives of our families and friends and community. And so I think about that. What would we have to do? What kind of life would we have to live? What kind of choices would we have to make? The kind of decisions, what kind of sacrifices would we have to live into and walk out? I think for Joe Madison always says, what's the difference between a moment and a movement? Sacrifice. And so, sometimes we do things for a one hit deal, and it never shows back up in our lives. When we are committed, I think actually that's the difference that he says. The difference between a moment and a movement is commitment. I'm throwing in some other things: sacrifice, consistency. If our lifestyle has been one of excellence, if our lifestyle is one of integrity, if our lifestyle is one of service, if our lifestyle is one of sacrifice, those are the components and the traits and the characteristics that make us an impactful human being, even without the global platform. But he was one person compelled by an urgency to make life better for all people. And so again, I'm not talking everybody has to have that kind of a huge global platform, but all of us have purpose. All of us come in with purpose. All of us have purpose and design poured into the molecular structure of who we are. It is in there. It is our responsibility to discover it, figure it out, and walk it out, because we come with purpose. His purpose was global, international, national. Our purpose may be within our family, within our community, with our own surrounding environment. And I'm just going to say, on his day, whether it's on or off, today is his birthday, even though we'll celebrate it on Monday here in the U.S. Let's just consider our own legacy. What are we leaving? Are we leaving behind anything for anyone to feed off of, to be propelled from? And I don't think that's a big ask, because all we have to do is get inside our purpose. When we understand our purpose, we can live to whatever heights it is. When we understand and walk in and operate from a platform of purpose, large or small, it's ours. It's in your DNA. And so let's walk out our purpose and live our dream out, live our vision out. Let's get compelled to live a life of commitment, committed to your purpose. Committed to your purpose. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all who are new and joining me. I'll meet you here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific. Might have special guests every once in a while in the form of my husband. He's good people. Okay, thank you again for all who are watching. Thank you for all who will share. Make this a wonderful Wednesday and take real good care of yourselves.